And we are back with more Elden Ring. Last time we left off, we are in the Realm of Shadow, so the DLC, and we took down Castle Elpis or Elsis? Something like that. Essentially, castle full of... Boy, I try to remember all the different names. Not Morgott. The Mesmer. Basically, full of Mesmer's men that were aligned, seemingly, with the Moon faction. So, we met Lady Renalla's younger sister, and that would be, I believe, Roddy's aunt. I mean, that is how, family lineages work. But okay, let's see here. I'm a bit curious. Did we have... I think we've already gone this way before, but no, I'm a bit curious here. Because I don't know if we went underneath this little, overpass. I mean, it's possible that we did, but maybe it's been a while. But I'm thinking today we have access now to the southern area, and we have access to the... Well, okay, the lower area, I should say, not southern. Alright, Grave Glove Ward 3. There we have access to that, and we have access to the upper area. Ah, okay. That is a cliff. And yeah, over the cliff, we've already been over there before. Oh, can we do anything with this grave? Seemingly not. But alright, let's try to teleport before we get in trouble here. But yeah, I think what we do is that we explore a bit of both the lower area and the higher area, and we try to see what easy skidoo... I keep saying skidoo tree fruit, but it might be... Let's see, Shadowrun Blessing... Fragments, that's what we need. We need fragments. So yeah, let's see if we can't find some more skidoo tree fragments pretty easily, just kind of any crosses that are out in the open. And then we can kind of get a bit of a power boost here. Make things slightly easier. Which also reminds me, we left off, upgraded that. We have now basically Rolana's twin blades. Ah yes, we have the Dragon Huntress Great Katana equipped. Excellent. Since this area does have quite a few dragons around. But yeah, if I had to take... I'm going to guess that was the music and not an actual... Oh, it's like you actually hear the thunder. Neat. Although... Huh. I thought we kind of had access to get down there, but... Maybe we don't. Or maybe we have to actually head towards the volcano and kind of adjust from there. Which, okay, we are empty on ruins. I'm trying to recall now. What was I doing that we are... Ah, yes, okay. I think it was a very tiny amount of ruins. So I'm actually not going to worry too much about it. But alright, we got 3 slumbering dragons down there. Oop, what do we have here? Baal, O Terror Incarnate, again I stand before ye. And we know Baal basically sounds like a dragon that tried fighting the other dragons way back when. Okay, just making sure a sheep wasn't trying to lightning roll at me there. Oh, I'm trying to recall where we got this one. A letter bearing a terse message and an illustration of a monk, his hands held together. Seek me to the east if you wish to pursue the way of the warrior. When you find me, you will challenge me to a bout. There is no need for words. But it's around the same time that we got the new cross map. I just don't immediately recall... Like, we got it somewhere in the up area, but, interesting. Alright. 3 dragons... Actually, it might be only 1 dragon. I think the other dragons are all in various states of death. Which, if it's one dragon, I kind of wonder if it's not just a generic dragon, maybe it's actually a named dragon. Oh! Don't mind me, dear. But the other thing I was actually checking here for is that we know that Bale is a dragon that challenged the leadership of dragons way back when and seemingly lost. Due to... Where are our... Here we go. Because we got... Yeah, Talisman of Dread for Race's Potency of Magma. Bale was a foul dragon's name, a terrible harbinger of the destruction whose challenge to the ancient dragon lord ended in grievous mutual injury. So yeah, essentially the... I don't want to say the second command or the loser, but a dragon that was, in theory, strong enough to at least challenge, albeit unsuccessful, the leadership of dragons. Which... We should go back to Dragonborough at some point and see if that giant... dead? Live? Dragon is not the Dragon Lord? Why do we have these things growing out of them? Sharp gravel stone, okay. Found at the Jagged Peak on the south coast. A particularly sharp piece of gravel stone, which are used for crafting items. Found at the Jagged Peak on the south coast. The scale of an ancient dragon that has supped on the blood of lesser dragons. Okay, we have Omen Killer ready. Did we upgrade Yoda? Wait, nope, go back to Yoda. Oop, nope, only at +5. Alright, so this guy's gonna be a named one. Or... it just occurred to me. That might not be the dragon. Like, maybe we go forward and a bigger, stronger dragon swoops down and, like, takes a bite out of him. Because it looks pretty generic. So we should be on our guard. Omen Killer, do you wanna take the first the pull? Actually, in theory, I think this weapon had a projectile, right? I don't like how close it lets us get. Double check my own equipment here. Yeah, Dragon Wound Slash, designed to hunt colossal dragons. The skill cloaks the armament with a jagged gravel stone aura before performing a high leaping slash. Charge the attack to also fire off the aura. Okay, there we go. Oh, just jagged peak dragon. Alright, or drake, even. Can't tell if that's the dragon or not. Oh, but it's... Whoa! Huh. Of all the ways to just kind of like daintily die there, did not expect him turning around would do it. Alright, but now we know. I mean, we kind of knew before to be careful of dragon tails, but still. Yeah, the fact it's only a drake, though. Maybe this is not exactly going to be the easy skidoo tree fragments that I thought it might be. But we did healthy damage to it, though. Might be just one of those situations of, like, who can basically deal the most damage, when, how, etc. Alright, get that free Omen Killer out. careful. Nice. Dang it. Less nice. Alright, try to close that gap. Alright, try to close the gap again. Kind of hoping that Omen Killer can draw some aggro here. Alright, be a bit careful. Like, I'm noticing it charges itself up when it does that. Alright, sweep, sweep. Dump. Oh, I thought he was going for the fire. Could have had that had I just dodged the old-fashioned way. That said, could have also potentially had it if we were able to actually, like, capitalize on when it staggered. Actually, in hindsight, that's the other nice thing about the Save Your Runes flask, is that it doesn't produce a 0 rune pickup. I always find that annoying, where it's just like, hey look, you dropped your runes. It's like, no I didn't. There's nothing there. Game, why are you lying to me? But alright, we can do this. Like, I mean, we could probably even have a better chance of doing it if I switch to a weapon I'm, like, used to using a bit more, but I kind of like the idea of just, like, you know, dragon hunter weapon. Excellent. Alright, dodge that. Boom, distracted by Omen Killer. Alright, didn't think I was actually gonna get there. There we go. Great enemy felled. Alright, 1 dragon heart and 1 dragon scale flesh. The dragon scale flesh kind of makes me wonder if that's the answer to my much earlier question from a few recordings back, that if the DLC had its own special, like, dragon heart equivalent. Dragon scale flesh boosts vigor, endurance, strength, and dexterity at the cost of gradual HP loss. Alright, and consumable. A lump of hot flesh carved from beneath the inverted scales, said to grow on aged dragons. When ingested as is, boosts vigor, endurance, strength, and dexterity at the cost of gradual HP loss. To the Drake warriors, there is no more intoxicating liquor than the heat of dragons. Bit of a shame we didn't get a spot of grace to spawn in the place, but it is what it is. Which, yeah, let's go ahead and do a lore seal. I do wonder how much additional damage was coming from anti-dragon properties, as it were. Or whether we would have been better off using our regular large katana. Okay, that's more giant sheep. Still don't see an obelisk anywhere nearby. So it's like we have kind of a potentially a splitting path here. Red Fulgur Bloom. Oh, that looks pretty cool. They're like a giant hand or rib cage or something. I get the feeling we can go down there and it's going to be boss fight or at least lore important. And Red Fulgur Bloom, flower that crackles with red lightning, which are used for crafting items, found at the jagged peak on the south coast, said to bloom where the red lightning of the ancient dragon strikes the earth. Still, the fact that that wasn't even a full-fledged dragon, it's just a drake. I mean, not that it was the toughest thing. That took us, what, 3-4 goes? But that was, questionable whether I should have tried that without the shield or not. Not... Oh, Dragon's Calor Bloom. Flower with an uncanny shape, coursing with hot blood, which are used for crafting items, exceedingly rare to find. A single flower is said to blossom only once from the hearts of dead warriors who oft partook of the Dragon Communion. Interesting. I do like the wind and the thunder. We should probably turn on our lantern here. And also maybe do a bit of a shackle check. This area looks a bit suspicious for like a secret cave. But nothing's really revealing itself. Alright, gather up the Red Fulgur Bloom. That strange coastal area is getting a bit more clear. Still no easy sign of a Michaelis cross, though. Miquel. I swear, I hear the NPC say it, and then it just kind of... The proper pronunciation leaves my brain shortly thereafter. I like the trees bending in the wind like that. Man, strong windy days are the best. Okay, got some bone boys there. But I get the feeling that if there's going to be a spot of grace, it might be up. I was really hoping you'd be up because I wanted to go check out that graveyard, so I don't want to get too far away. Oh, there we are. Spot of grace. And this seems so cool. I knew they wouldn't disappoint. All the Dark Souls DLC, each one had a dragon fight, and each one was a very good dragon fight. Some was like, oh boy, my mandatory FromSoft DLC dragon fight somewhere on this really cool mountain. Oh, now think about it. How much runes do we get from that guy? Healthy amount, but not like unlimited. We should probably put with the Jagged Peak. Yeah, we're gonna go back to the Table of Lost Grace here real quick. I want to basically take these 90,000 runes and use it for some upgrade materials here. Primarily aimed at Yoda. I'd like to see him actually go at it in a more dramatic boss fight. Yeah, this should be the +9. Yeah. Yes, alright, cool. Okay, that's about 40,000. And I think our current weapons are mostly pretty good. Yep, +8, +21, +8, +10, +10. I do feel I should probably upgrade this. I keep forgetting if upgrading the shield does anything. Like, I feel like it doesn't, but it's one of those things where it's like, I use it so much. Part of me wants to give up the shield, though, and kind of go back to the dodge life. But if there's future battles like that dragon, where it's like, I did it without the shield, but I'll admit I was a bit worried. Alright, how's our basic stones looking here? Okay, I mean, looking pretty good. At least get it up to +18. I am trying to recall, though, if we were to, like, pad the numbers a bit. Well, I guess we can pad the numbers after the fact. We'll first try upgrading the shield, and then pad. I do wonder how the regular katana would have been in place of this one. Again, I do like the idea of anti-dragon, though. And it has more raw damage. It has an anti-dragon effect. Really wish I knew exactly what that meant. Which, also if I recall, they're relatively equal in power, +8 to +18. Okay, Dragon Hunter is probably a bit just more straight up upgraded right now.
Well, I took you for no man to lay out your arms.
Alright, let's give our shield the long overdue upgrading it deserves to at least +18. Yeah, that's Smithing Stone 6. Yeah, 6 of... Alright, cool. You know, I should have probably been paying attention to... Yeah, like, did the guard boost go up or anything? Or did any of the numbers go up? Yeah, well. Upgraded is upgraded. Well, I guess we'll find out in fights, like, if we take something like a tail whip from a drake or a dragon, like, will it drain all our stamina? If so, then we've kind of wasted our money. But if not, then we've actually made a good purchase. Alright. Get these all back up to 12 respectively. Cute. And alright, I think basically holding on to... I was gonna say, holding on to this many runes is probably fine, but I'm like, you know what? Maybe it's not. Maybe we should invest in some Ghost Glovewort. Like, what do we have the least amount of? Surprisingly, some of the lower bits. Alright. 4. Yeah, we can get up to 6 on regular dudes. I guess get these to 6. Alright. That looks a lot better. And then we'll just cash out the bottom there. Alright, back to the Realm of Shadow Realm map. All the way over here at the foot of the jagged peak. Though we're going to step backwards a bit to go check out that graveyard. I'm very excited about what awaits ahead, though. Though part of this was supposed to be a preliminary scouting mission. Just try to grab some easy skidoo tree fragments, so... I also kind of feel like maybe we should go back to where we saw those sheep. See if that's not a proper path to, Okay, cool. Towards the actual bit of the lower realm here. You know, let's give our swords a bit of a go here. Thank you. Good. A lot of quick Lord's Heal on. Dang it. I'm gonna keep doing that by accident. Ouch. There we go. Excellent. Get some of our flash back. In hindsight, maybe that wasn't particularly needed. Great Potentates Cookbook 6. Which, let's see here. Da-da-da-da-dung. Hefty red lightning pot. Okay. Not seeing... I kind of wondered if there'd be like, you know, where there's a graveyard, or at least bones. I was thinking maybe there'd be a crypt dungeon. No immediate sign of it. I was a bit curious what they were looking at. Yeah, we don't really know what directly north of us is supposed to be. But okay, so a bit of a dead end. Actually, I wanted to check here real quick. Okay. So even when one-handing it, when I go into stance mode, it will take out both swords. That's good. To a degree. It does mean I can't fire off, like, arcane blasts from, like, a slightly blocked position, but that should be fine. Alright, but let's see if that sheep path wasn't the proper way down to that, like, giant dragon corpse that we saw from a distance. And technically, there was another Wicker Man down that way too, but we're not going to fight them until we've gained, at the very least, a few more Skidoo Tree Blessing thingamajigs. I keep wondering about the shape of this. I didn't see any path that would, like... There we go. That would go up it. Just seeing like a small little looking window there is a bit suspicious. I guess it's normal. Okay, and I think that was just a cliff. Can we pick up this little red bit here? Okay, that's just magma in the rock. Although, this is also slightly suspicious. It feels so close to being able to kind of cheese it by briefly landing on one of these little ledges here, but... Oh! I did it just as I was giving up. I should have believed. Part of me is like, I know the moment I'm like, alright, gonna, like, stop trying, then it's going to go again. Alright, well, we'll do it properly. Ooh. Okay, properly is a bit more difficult than I thought it would be. Here we go. Although I'm not seeing any shiny. Boo. Alright, let's go down the sheepy path. As relatively safe as we can for all the effort getting up here. Make sure we don't take any fall damage getting back down. Alright. Hello, big sheep. Ignore me. I come in peace. Please do not zap me with lightning. Not seeing any treasure. Oh, alright. Got more bone boys. And I guess this kind of works. I'm trying to think if we have any, like, holy type thing we could deal with these guys better with, but... if it's a big guy I'm concerned about. That's a bit difficult to tell whose fire was whose. There we go. I don't know how this guy got back up. I guess in theory, maybe they can climb? Oh, boo. Red Fulgur Bloom. Let's top off as just in case. Alright, basic dragon statues down below. More dudes who in theory could jump down for an ambush. I'm not seeing anything that could get missed though by, like, not going down there. Like, don't see any dungeon, don't see any special dudes. Don't see any, like, even bait trap. But okay, so this is that giant dragon husk that we saw from a distance. Yeah, man. There we go. Broken Rune 1, as expected. Trying to recall if these red flowers, which faction is related to them? Because I remember seeing them before one time and then going, oh yeah, it was the Blood Dudes. Because I expected it not to be the Blood Dudes. A bit interesting, that was a regular dragon guy. That wasn't, or regular bone boy, wasn't a special one. Alright, human bone shard. Alright, now this one's a dragon man. I somewhat debate if it's a smart idea to come up here and take these guys down. Like, I just want to confirm that there wasn't any treasure here all along. That was pretty smooth, not gonna lie. Alright, top off. I do kind of like that good old-fashioned sword and board feeling. Ah, I guess there was two archers. Okay, good. Alright, now I can confirm no treasure. Although we should. Shangle check. And not seeing anything. Which is almost a bit surprising. You'd think there'd be something. Like, there was a bit of that, the three, like, red Fulgur blooms that drew us to the other side. Might be a bad idea, but I'm like, alright, you know what? Run into the trap. Now that we've essentially dismantled said trap. Don't mind me, giant electric sheep. Gotta stomp it the old-fashioned way. Alright, broken rune. Really thought there might be something here. But, oh well. The truest reward is a giant dragon corpse. That said, I would like a spot of grace. Because I'm kind of wondering if that's maybe... Well, no, because the dragon flesh that we got wasn't like a new type of dragon heart. It was just consumable. Alright, Wicker Man over there. And this just goes back to the valley. It really looks like there's only one way forward here. Egon's cookbook. Oh! Egon is missing. Alright. But I thought he was that dude there, so... Oh. A record of crafting techniques left by a warrior who challenged the vile dragon Baal, only to be grievously injured and broken by fear. Contains details on how a mere mortal can fell a mighty dragon. Acquire the knowledge to craft the following: Dragon Communion Grease and Dragon Communion Harpoon. There are harpoons. I'm trying to think if a harpoon would stand out. Oh, yeah, there we go. Throw to inflict damage with anti-dragon effect. Again, I wish I knew what they meant by that. Like, does it stagger more easily? Straight up do more damage? Afflict them with some sort of, like, anti-dragon poison? Because I don't think we saw any poison effect. Ah, there we go. There's a spot of grace. Grand altar of Dragon Communion. I will talk to you, good sir, in a tiny bit. Lost grace discovered. Hello.
Warrior true, picture yourself feasting upon a dragon's essence, on the throbbing heart of the oldest, vilest dragon of them all. It would be the purest form of communion, the fullest sating of your hunger and your consummation as a dragon whole.
I mean, I can't say I really want to become a dragon, but do I get any special things from this? When in Rome, I guess, so devour draconic essence?
Yes, as it should be. Now, seek the jagged peak. There you will find Baal, the oldest and vilest of all dragons, land-bound warrior. Follow your desire and slay the foul beast. Devour its throbbing heart. I will grant you the strength required. In the name of my lord, Placidusax.
Ancient Dragon's Blessing.
Warrior true. What is it that you need?
Ask about Baal.
In a time long past, Baal turned upon the Dragon Lord. The foul traitor assailed our master and inflicted a grievous wound, only to make a hasty retreat, becoming a sworn enemy of the good. Since that day, Baal and his bloodline, the Drakes, have served as sacrifices for Dragon Communion, land-bound warrior. My lord, Placidusax, has shown your kind what must be done. Seek communion. Sate your boundless appetite. Feel the euphoria of a dragon's essence taking root in your meager frame.
Okay, so drakes are essentially dragons that are aligned with Baal. Okay.
In a time long, the foul
Alright then.
traitor
But repeat dialogue.
since the land-bound seek conceal.
I'd hope she would be a bit of a merchant. Examine altar. Communion with Baal. I'm assuming that's the eating Baal's heart. Hey, there we go. The ghost flame breath I'd wondered about before. One of the incantations of Dragon Communion transforms caster into a dragon to spew ghost flame breath from above. Charging extends duration, this incantation can be used while jumping. The land of spirit graves is home to all manner of dead, and even the corpses of fallen dragons found their way there. Several of them were endowed with such vivacity that even in death they could not fully die. Don't mind if I do. I wonder if it's going to update our eye color, or do we get to keep the frenzied color? Maybe we have so many forces inside us. Alright, then communion with Baal. Heart of Baal gives us access to Baal's tyranny. Channels Dread Dragon to roar with a heat wave blast. And Baal's Flame Lightning. Channel Dread Dragon to strike with Flame Lightning infused Talonbone. Although 49 arcane and 53 arcane, so not ever going to see that being used. One of the greatest Dragon Communion incantations. Harness the fearsome power of Bale the Dread. Channels the form of the Dread Dragon to emit a mighty roar accompanied by a heatwave burst causing violent eruptions of fire in the area. Even after being consumed, the throbbing heart of Bale continues to resist subjugation, never weakening. One day, the fire will consume the very body and soul of its communion devourer. One day. And then, one of the greatest Dragon Communion incantations, Harness the fearsome power of Bale the Dread. Channels the form of the Dread Dragon in right arm to smash foes with an exposed talon bone, coursing with flame lightning. And then, okay, so same dialogue about even if you eat his heart, he's not truly dead. So if we use this, I wonder if, okay, so she goes away. And I don't see the other guy whose cookbook we just got. I thought he might kind of show up around this area. Oh, actually, I'll say I forgot to take a look at the Ancient Dragon's Blessing. Uses FP to increase all damage negation. Consumable. Huh. Favor bestowed by Dragon Communion Priestess in the name of the Dragon Lord Placidex. Consumes FP to increase all forms of damage negation, including physical. This also increases damage negation while guarding as an additional effect. Each night, the priestess offers her own sleep to her lord, and in turn receives power of his favor. Yeah, so Egon. I kind of thought Egon might kind of like spawn around here, but no such luck. The other question is, can we kind of use this dead dragon body to... Oh, Friss. Jump in its mouth. Alright, can't do anything there. No stomach dungeon, a la, what was it, in Ocarina of Time back in the day? Jabu Jabu. No Jabu Jabu dungeon. But yeah, can we ride the body to get to the other bit of land here? Might as well grab this, sharp gravel stone. What do we have here? Dragon Communion harpoon. Okay. Yeah, I was kind of slowly figuring that maybe the wing would be festooned with harpoons. And yet, for all my wandering, still no sign of a McQuella cross. I do like the very glowy flower field here, though. I'm assuming that these are all Fulgur Bloom? Alright, plenty of dead dragons in the shadow of the body. Oh yeah, we didn't actually try to climb into its, like, open cavity. Should probably try and do that. What do you got here? Okay, Dragon Communion Grease, which I assume is this anti-dragon. Coats armament, granting potent anti-dragon effect. Solidified knot grease made from sharp gravel stone mixture, craftable item. Coats armament, granting a potent anti-dragon effect. The effect only lasts for a short time. A tool of the old Dragon Communion warriors, who were agents of the ancient dragon's hatred for their low-born descendants. Wait, I'm a bit confused. So, old Dragon Communion warriors were agents of ancient dragons who hated their low-born descendants, which... that just other dragons, or like a special breed of dragon that we haven't encountered yet? Alright, not seeing anything else around here. And yeah, if the anti-dragon effect is pretty short, like, duration, then... in theory, our dragon katana's pretty good, right? It's definitely very dark here, though. Wait, do I have the lantern turned on? No, I do not. There we go. Alright, let's try to climb into the cavity here. The chest cavity. But yeah, it was like around... Trying very hard to tell where I am on this giant corpse. Like, should be around here. Oh. Whoop, 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 whoop. A giant spear sticking out of it. I mean, so that's what did it in, but... Alright, can we safely get down? That's what I would like to do right now. I'm trying to recall if I actually did see the chest cavity open from a distance, which I think I did. There we go. But okay, no easy way to get inside, but I don't see any shinies in there either, so... Whatever heart or other goodies were in there is long since gone. Oh, hey, the little blue guys, but they have, like, red tops. We saw them last near one of the, Boy, catacomb? No, tomb? Something like that. One of the places where you put dead people. That's a pretty sight here. Charo's hidden grave. Okay. Who's Charo? Ooh. Okay. So these guys aren't friendly. I don't know if all of them can blow up their heads that size. Okay, they can. Oh. I see a undead mariner. Maybe that's guarding secrets. I just want to make sure no item near them. Okay, not seeing any. But they can move despite the fact they seem pretty, like, actually bounded. Like, without a map to rely on, I'm trying to get a beat of, oh. Like, from red flowers to blue flowers. Yeah, where? I mean, obviously we're in Charo's hidden grave, but... Where is that? What does that mean? Okay, grab this. I'm assuming you guys don't mind me grabbing this. Gravekeeper's Cookbook 2. Polterstone, a record of crafting techniques of the Gravekeepers who watch over those who rest in the realm of shadow. What is a Polterstone? Imagine it would be with these, like, stones. Makes a noise imitative of human presence. Contrivance of the Gravekeepers made from spear gravestone, craftable item, creates noises imitative of human presence where it lands when thrown. Said to have been used by the solitary Gravekeepers to distract themselves from their longing for company. But alright. We're gonna have to take down Undead Man here. I do kind of wonder if heals would, like, hurt them, because, you know, Undead, we know it works against Revenants, but I don't know if it works against Mariners, so... That said... Is this Yoda's time to finally shine? Oh, did not mean to do that, but I guess that actually kind of works out. Didn't expect them to summon a Revenant. Good to know. Alright, thankfully it's not too far away. Oh, lady's back. Oh, so I wonder if, like, literally, like her description said, like, she spends the nights maybe with her lord?
Warrior true.
I imagine the mariner is still here despite the fact it's not nighttime, right? Because we know the Knight's cavalry only shows up at night, but they're technically not undead, I think. Yeah, no way we're gonna survive jumping down there. Double checking time for this being a quick scouting mission here. But we're still good on time, so no worries there. Alright, still see the mariner. Still have Yoda at the ready. We have the Lord's Heel at the ready, so in theory, if we want to kind of try and fight the Revenant that he summons, and that's going to be how it's done. Alright, Yoda, let's do this. Excellent. Yeah, like, I have X amount of time before a new Revenant or something gets summoned. Where are you? There you are. Whew. Tibia's Cookbook. Expands crafting repertoire. Call of Tibia, a crafting record, or no, a record of crafting techniques of the mariners, the oldest of the gravekeepers. Okay, cool. Details an ancient means of summoning the dead. Okay, Call of Tibia. I'd imagine it looks like a horn? There we go. Requires Gravekeeper's Brain Pan, mainly found in Hidden Grave of Charo. Okay. Uses FP to summon one lost in death. An ancient ceremonial tool that uses a Gravekeeper's skull as a catalyst. Craftable item. Uses FP to summon one lost in death at the spot that it is thrown. The creature spins and mows down foes in the vicinity 3 times before dissipating. The dead have long been left to wander. What they need is leadership. Okay, so it is a consumable. So I guess this entire place is the Hidden Grave of Charo. Ghost Flame Bloom. Ghost Flame flower that grows in grave sites, which are used for crafting items. Blossoms in the Hidden Grave of Charo. Of a pair with another gravesite flower, the Grave Violet. All but incorporeal, it burns without so much as a sound. Neat. And I kind of wonder then if we can find a weapon that has Ghost Flame built into it, because I've been kind of wanting something like that for a while. Interesting such, like, the blue and red contrast. I wonder what, if any, significance it holds. I mean, it probably holds something. Looks like this entire area, though, is some sort of a graveyard. And okay, so we could totally get down from that carriage. I don't know if I want to quite... Ooh, treasure, though. Alright, I'm being tempted. But I feel we should look around here for dungeon or a spot of grace, something. Feels like there's probably more than just the Mariner. Gonna do a quick shackle check here. Yeah, it's interesting that all these flowers have kind of the red petal ember thing going on. Okay. Generic undead rank file. I should be able to sneak up on this guy here. And he certainly hits hard. Don't lose your head. Oh ho 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 ho. Ouch. Alright, I see anything special? Boo. I was hoping it'd be like those Colosseum dudes that we fought near that one Albernacki town that gave the special gladiator armor. Grave Glovewort? Hey, a Gravekeeper's Brain Pan. Do kind of wonder if Lord Sia works on the other undead. Probably not, right? Yeah. Ooh, giant bird that way. Bit easy to get lost in this flower field here. Man, I want to go up, but you know what? Let's try and check out that treasure that was on top of that caravan. And your standard waterfall check here. Boo. Dang it. Wrong button. I was gonna hit it with my sword, but I forgot I didn't have the sword out. Alright, I think the caravan was over here. And yes, I was checking to make sure that that wasn't a treasure there either. Here we go. The Cerulean Coast. Great Grave Glovewort. Okay, this does seem fallable. Not seeing a spot of grace, though, sadly. I mean, more graves, so assumedly undead, but not seeing much undead either. I do wonder if we're going to get attacked by giant bird, but okay. Got shadow people here. Oh, and their dogs. Oh, goes Flame Dragon. Yep, we've already used that. Totally forgot about the ghost flames that pop up there. Ouch. That thing's doing 7. Bone shard. Ignore me. Dang it. Was trying to recall how to be able to put away my two-hander there. But okay, so we got another dragon. Hardly shocking, given that's kind of the theme of this area, but I figured that was far enough away where dragons would no longer be the theme. I mean, thankfully we know how to get back pretty easily. The big thing is going to be grabbing our runes, though, popping the potion, and then... yeah, grab runes, pop potion, and then start... oh yeah, then summon, then start fighting. And all the meanwhile there, we might be being assailed by the dragon at every point. So I guess technically the dragon didn't start out immediately aggro. I do love these vibrant colors. I'm such a sucker for vibrant colors. One reason I really enjoyed the... oh crap, he's already out and about. Yeah, that's one reason I enjoyed the anime Land of the Lustrous. Though I've heard the manga goes in some pretty depressing, strange places. Alright. It's not looking our way. Good. Excellent. Summoning skeletons. Alright, make sure he stays dead. That's still so many skeletons. Ouch. Alright, it's definitely a bit more difficult than I would like here. Crap. Alright, I think that's... Whoa! Good, I didn't run into that. I must say, the swarming me with ads is an effective strategy here. Alright. I think we can slowly start turning our attention back at him. Okay, Yoda at some point vanished. Oh, crap. Alright. Gotta figure out something about the giant undead swarm that he summons. Because also, it's really hard to find out where, like, their bodies are laying inside the flower field. Kind of finishing them off there. Part of me wants to be like, well, you know, the answer is stagger him before he summons, but I don't think that's a viable answer. Well, I guess in hindsight, that might mean that the ability we can kind of get for Dragon Community maybe is like summon a ton of skeletons, because that'd be pretty cool. Also, glancing at my time, alright, we're still good. We can take down dragon number 2 of the recording. I think that's dragon number 2, not dragon number 3. Yes, went dragon, boatman, dragon. Alright, back over here. I do wonder if all the running around, if at some point Yoda kind of vanished for that reason. Might not be a good test of Yoda's skill compared to, like, the Omen Killer. Alright, back down we go. Drink. Summon. Both hands on the sword. Where are my runes? Here we go. go. Alright, I'll let that burn out a bit. Oof. Alright, Omen Man. Ouch. Oh, I didn't realize he was kind of doing 2 blasts there. Okay, we came pretty close though. I do wish it wasn't such a trek back though. I do wonder though if during the middle phase, if maybe not switch over to throwing daggers? Probably not though, because I mean they don't have anti-dragon effect. Certainly, nothing could take down a dragon except an anti-dragon weapon, right? Right? Man, I wish it wasn't such a swarm of skeletons, though, because that is definitely a bit hard to deal with. And it comes with, like, melee, ranged, magic range, it's like all the skeleton varieties. I remember way back when starting, I think it was a comment mentioning just how strong, like, or not how strong, but how early strong, like, undead summons were. This feels like it's that summon where it's like, summon a few skeletons. It's like, summon an army of skeletons now. Alright. Dunk. Dunk. Dunk, alright. And we died quick enough where basically our runes are still on us. Excellent. Alright, Grave Cricket. Ouch. Bit hard to tell what he was doing there. Trying to get a shot at the head. There we go. Here they come. Sure. 3. Oh, there they are. to try and take down that caster. Poor Omen Keller is almost done. I don't know how big that was going to be, but standard size. There we go. So big, got him stuck between gravestones. Dragon Heart and a somber ancient dragon smithing stone. Alright. We can actually probably do some exploration around here. So yet again, I wonder if there's not a closer spot of grace. I see... No, okay. I thought that might be like the glow of a spot of grace, but alas, only the bit of daylight there. You know what? Let's... Well, no. Oh, here we go. Spot of grace. Excellent. So it turns out I wasn't crazy in this one specific scenario. No McQuellis crosses though yet. Alright, we should... We're close to leveling up. Looks like we need about maybe 1,000, but 2,000 be safe. Boom. Right, level up. There, more health. Alright, let's see here. Back to sword and board for a bit. Now, what is this way? Oh, hey, the Wicker Man. And no longer the blue flower area at that. Maybe there's a cross here? I see a giant sheep rolling around. I don't know why the Wicker Man's venting some heat, but whatever. Whoa! Am I supposed to stop this guy? Ah, alright. Okay, he's faster than the threads. Ouch. And he's faster than I beam. Ouch. Yeah, I should put that down before. Okay, so he just will run you over and then not die. Alright. There has to be something for taking him down, right? I'm still surprised though that the Wickerman saw us from so far away. Man, it's like I really wanted to explore both the lowland and the highland today, but so far all our time's been taken up by lowland. Not that it's been not prosperous to a certain degree. Yep. Don't like the look of that. Alright. Ooh, lightning perfume bottle. Ouch. Okay. You know, I'm gonna top off just in case. Ouch. Alright, not quite working out. Man, I have another idea. Okay, let's... Alright, that's near the top. Go near the bottom. So I guess we can read here. Perfume bottle remade into a weapon by perfumers of the realm of shadow. Attack unleashes perfumed powder producing lightning. From time to time, perfumers set out on journeys to pursue new aromatics and flower gardens. And okay, so it's a generic one, so it's like only kick as its skill. Okay, not quite what I meant to do. Which also, let's prepare a bit of a healing spell for us here. Cool. Yep. Excellent. We poisoned him. It's like shields at the ready, because we saw it did try to run us over. It's like watching me nothing for taking out this guy, but he is pretty suspicious. Excellent. Like, this is the best strategy I have right now for killing such a mobile target. And it's interesting that it seems to take damage from the lightning strikes, because you think it wouldn't. Oh. I didn't have the bottle prepared. There we go. Aw, nothing special. That said, didn't we get... Yeah, we got the lightning bottle from around here, so at least we got something. Okay. Wickerman is back to being passive. Good. Okay, all our equipment is looking still good. Oh. Hello, Mr. Forager. Forager Cookbook 3 and Yellow Fogger Bloom times 3. This gives us lightning-proof pickled liver. I feel like I must have missed at least one cross by now. I already thought that I would encounter one in this plane, and it's still a potential possibility. Ooh, what have we here? Not a fan of how dark the water is, but if the deer are on it, that means it's not death. Beneath a waterfall is... Mushroom Cellar's Bell Bearing 2? What? When? How? Where? Huh? Toxic mushroom and white flesh mushroom. The bell bearing of a horn-scent mushroom seller who did not survive the war. Interesting and quite bizarre. Boo. No secret waterfall dungeon for me. Hello, dear. Okay, not digging how close the Wicker Man's getting here. And as long as he doesn't erupt, we don't have to worry about taking cover. It's strange that we've gone all the way down and now the path is going back up. But obviously there's more path here. Where are we? Okay, we are underneath here. If we go south on Cerulean Coast, there is a obelisk we should probably try to unlock. Okay, skull. Excuse me, birds. Ooh. Now, what have we here? I was once told a coffin could convey its passenger upon a gentle cruise to the velvet garden of deepest purple. Oh, to slumber in such a paradise. Let's get all coffin transport around here. Lost grace discovered. The Ellick River downstream. Now, I'm not seeing a coffin at the edge of the waterfall. But I mean, given that we've seen a garden of blue and a garden of red, it's not too shocking that there's a secret garden of purple somewhere. Thin these bones. Secret waterfall dungeon? Nope. Dang it. Alright, I think this should be doable. There we go. They're definitely leading us here. Ooh. Round rock. Alright. Round piece of rock shaped by the water's current. Can be used for crafting or simply for throwing at enemies, found on ground at places like riverbanks. It breaks easily owing to its extensive cracking. Also, I guess in hindsight, we didn't take a look at the Gravekeeper's brain pan. Skull bone of an old gravekeeper. Which are used for crafting items, mainly found in hidden grave of Charo. The old gravekeepers are boatsmen, and continue to summon the dead even after withering away. The grave cricket that produces a raspy cry, mainly found near stone coffins. The sound of these crickets are often taken to be the rustling of the restless dead, or sometimes the sound of their calling voices. Also, since we're leaving Dragonland, well, first, also, we don't need the poison bottle right now. Yeah, swap out the Dragon Hunter's Katana for the Keen Drink Katana. Dang it, I can do this. I should have had a bit of a running start. Like, I'd prefer not to go beneath them, because that feels like Trap Town. And maybe we don't have much of a choice. Meant to try and stealthily block. Oh, okay. Not a fan of this, but oof. Okay, we're not too far away. Ooh, and it is guarding something. Part of me is like, we could snatch and grab, but it might be the case where the lobster has the item and the item on the ground is just something very generic. Alright, how did we... Ah, yes, over here. And turn. There we go. A bit surprised that it wasn't that exposed to the grave birds, but kind of makes me wonder all the more if, you know, was to, like, somehow jump your way up to their ledge. It feels like there's something up there. Yeah, let's go with good old Flame Spear here. You know, in hindsight, that's a bit unneeded, but whatever. back. There we go. I don't know why he suddenly paused, but I'll take it. Alright, so the next down 8 times 3, strip of white flesh. Somber Scythic Stone 6. Okay. I mean, he did have the more valuable goods on him. Not that there were anything special, sadly. So yeah, so the quote-unquote correct path is getting up to where the birds are. But how exactly do we get up there? I mean, the fact is that, like, ledge coming from that direction kind of makes you wonder... Aha! Here we kind of roughly go. Oh, so only the one. Ugh. That went very poorly very quickly. I wonder if it would have been better staying on the ground to try to poke them out of the air, maybe? Alright. Back upstream. Dang it. It's interesting that they require such relatively tricky jumps here. I guess it's not too shocking. Yeah, we'll go over here. Then, oh. Alright, we can do this. There we go. Alright, lantern at the ready. Can't believe I back-rolled into a tiny thing between a rock and a coffin, which... How kind of fitting. There we go. That was definitely a bit more work than quite frankly needed, but at least that's that bird. At least there's not 3 of them at once like I kind of feared it was going to be. I thought basically we had full blockage. Nope. Alright, not seeing anything this way. Alright, continue to go upstream. Good. Refill on the old flasks. Not seeing any additional treasure. But new riverbed, which means, yeah, lobster was down there. Like, we now know that there's a bit of a secret pattern here, where, like, we should be looking for a jump access point. Oh, flyman. Thankfully, flymen tend to swarm, so there shouldn't be any additional ones hiding. There we go. Hooray for stealth. Alright, round rock. Still don't see any waterfall. Hidden cave. There we go. Alright, I thought I saw a white treasure item, but maybe I didn't. Anyway, we should. A bit of a heal, so that way our RP is slowly refilling and our health is full while we look around. And I see a few potential access points upwards, like right here. But I kind of wonder if they're trying to, like, do a bit of a trick here, where kind of lure you into trying certain areas to, like, climb up. That's not actually the way they intend. And I guess as long as we look above. Sadly, we can't really get a good view, like, fully angled upwards. Kind of thinking like that rock to maybe like this rock, and then from there. Don't like spamming jump though near the waterfall. Emma. Normally they're. Wait, actually, wait. What about here? Right here. I mean, this seems like the lowest bit of rock, though. Well, I mean, we know we can climb the pillars from having just done that, so. Yep. Come on. There we go. Yeah, it feels like there has to be some path, because that's how it's been so far. I doubt they just randomly end with flies. Okay, I guess both paths put a lead over here. Alright, well, obviously an item up over there. I mean, this path is a bit more raised. Kind of curious if, like, maybe there's a whole side path here. No. Well, actually, what we should do, just in case they're being extra sneaky about it, we should do a shackle check around here. Even like an invisible rock appears that helps navigate a bit better. I do wonder if the rocks at the entrance are maybe a bit of a decoy. And like the true path up is like somewhere along here. Big problem is I'm having trouble seeing... It looks like it would be from the center pillar and then that pillar. And that pillar has like 2 entryways. Maybe here? I will not be bested by this puzzle. And like it's like we spotted the ways so far. Man, it really feels like it's trying to start at the beginning. Despite my curiosity on whether it's a feint. It just seems odd to have a puzzle that requires, like, janky cliff collision, but I can see them doing it for the DLC of like, well, people were doing it in the base game all the time, therefore, you know, we'll make an official thing out of it. It's like if we can just potentially get 1 foot. Like 1 bit of footing here. Oop. Okay. We can use that to try and leverage hopping over. Again, though, I don't know if this is the intended path, but... It was how we got here, so... And I mean, it seemed pretty obvious, at least with the other 2, that, like, they were kind of, you know, being like, hey, parkour this way. Okay, good. Great Potentate's Cookbook 12. Hefty Rock Pot. Alright. It's like there's kind of 2 paths, but I'm pretty certain that this is the more official path. Or as official as this, like, type of parkouring goes. Okay, the ultimate tricky part. Cool. Starting to kind of be like spot of grace. Oh, excellent. Ask and ye shall receive. Now, where exactly is this? Alright, Elec River Cave, I guess that makes sense, given that that was the Elec River downstream. So in theory, there's an Elec River upstream. And I'm kind of like, is at the end of this road a coffin to take to the Purple Garden? I can't tell if that's a bat or something else. Alright, those look like bats. And let's confirm that inside the cave is... Okay, no, that's not the cave. Let's make sure that it loops back to the main river itself. And that's not like a secret side path. Okay, it's a secret side path. Alright, revered spirit ash, nice. Now where exactly does this go? Okay. Graves. And a treasure. Kinda get the feeling that... Give the old shackle check. Deep purple lily. Grows in the blue flower field at the coast. A deep purple water lily that is on the verge of wilting, which are used for crafting items, grows in the blue flower field at the coast. Like a syrupy poison, its nectar lulls the embibber into a sweet, velvety sleep. Gee, I wonder if the DLC is going to address the, what was it, Saint Tria or Trista? Because at least in the main game we haven't really come across whoever they are. I think there's like conflicting reports if it was a guy or girl. Get our old trusty spear out here. So we're going to light it up. And waiting for it to dissipate. Come on. Anytime now. Any moment. There we go. Bit surprised that it's not mining the fire all that much. Hey. There we go. Alright, Miranda powder. And poison bloom. Alright, crabs, bats, and something that's stomping, which might just be the crab. Yep. I'm talking about you, crab. Excellent. Okay, more crab eggs. Yeah, I think another shaggle check. Like, where am I? Okay, so like the little bit of the dried part of this moat here. Which I don't think was accessible from up above. Like, I don't think we're going, like, the opposite way of a secret path into the river. Though I may be wrong. Okay, we go over here. Hmm. Oh. Heal up. I'll give a throwing daggers a bit of a try here. There we go. Alright. For a second, I thought that blood was like a giant rat. Thankfully, not the case. But it's like, where are we going? Here's another heal. Oh, nope, did not mean to do that. Higher and higher. Ooh. Shadowrun Rune 1. Although this looks like it might be the very height. Yeah, I'm not really seeing a way up, but again, we've parkoured our way here, so the answer might be more parkour. Damn it. Seems almost purposely close. Oh. Especially since we see bats up above. Yeah, this is what happens when you finally start allowing parkour. I'm gonna be convinced that there's like a secret parkour thing that I'm missing out on. But okay, I'm actually thinking maybe this isn't a way to keep going up, despite the fact I see people up there. Or bats. It feels like there'd probably be a treasure all the way at the very top here, though, right? I wonder if maybe... maybe not. Everywhere I go, I see potential parkour. Yeah, but the big thing is that even if I get up one... Well, no, because it's like if I get one, then it looks like you go to the... You hop up to the left, and you kind of then hop up to the right. So it does seem like there is a path up there. It's like it's possible they're trying... Like, we're not trying. That there is just a path from up above downward, but... And that's a pretty sheer drop-off, though. Alright, let's try a few more chimes here and then pack it in if it's not going to give. Alright, yeah, going to assume, at least for right now, down is the way to go. And if anything, does mean that we should probably investigate, like, here at some point to see if there's not a way from up above to drop down into it. Because yeah, maybe we are approaching this from a access point angle. Can't remember if I had looked over here for treasure. Alright, let's check the other side of the riverbed. And also, quickly glancing at the time. Alright, we are actually starting to slowly run out of time here. So should be crap. Looking for an off-ramp. And more little Vulgar militiamen. My fate is inexplicably tied to these little dudes. Alright, just keep running past them. Is this where I think it is? Huh. Alright, so there was a path over here that we didn't find. Either that or forgot about. It's, yeah, okay. We've definitely been over here before. Alright, we're gonna go back to here we go, the Elec River Cave. And keep going upstream a bit here, because there has to be an end to the river, and then I feel like we go back to the Blue Flower Field, get the obelisk, and then call it from there. Alright, venture out into the river, go north, or northwest. Alright, rats. And nothing special about the rats, so we're going to ignore them for right now. Okay, not some sort of secret dungeon. That's there. It's like, I know this. That rumbling. Go. Good. Gotta take care of the rat. I think. We give him the old spellcraft here. Again. Ouch. Dang it. Whoa! Alright. Wonder if it'd been better to just eat that then. A shame we can't summon a dude there, but it is what it is. Yeah, kind of debating. Magic. Yeah, actually, might be good to try and Scarlet Rot him. Dang it, did I not mean to slap him with the shield. Alright, that. And there we go. Okay, stamina back. Really wish that the rot would take. Alright, cool. Explosion. Okay, it's doing all the... Oh, didn't run into another pillar. Ouch. Let my literal guard down. Okay. Alarm, dive. There we go. Horned Bairn. Could have sworn we've gotten one of these before. Uses FP to summon vengeful spirits around the caster. Doll of a Tangle Horned Bairn. Uses FP to summon vengeful spirits around the caster that autonomously chase down foes. Tangled horns are a symbol of spirituality, but most young-born bearing the oversized horn meet a frightfully early demise. These fetishes are made to memorialize them. Okay. Didn't really expect to find that at the end of this road, but... Or, I guess we're not technically at the end of the road. Okay, where we're going? North. Got a bit turned around. Alright, Shadow Realm Ruin 2. Alright, gonna do a quick Lord Seal. Alright. See what we'll see as we keep going upriver here. I do keep wondering if we're missing out on some quest or another. Alright, Flyman. Always a bit not the best to explore around nighttime. Man, this river just keeps going and going. I thought I had saw something, but I guess I didn't. Alright, more flymen. Alright, nope. This is not the end of the river yet. Ooh. But okay. Many, many bodies. Silverhorn Tender. Real quick, I feel like should check out the very peak there. Oh hey, this is basically, I believe, Hello. I think this is near the bottom of that one village we went to before. Hello. Whoa! Alright, can you stop that, please? Good sir. I don't like these guys. Alright. Why did I go back? Why did I go back? I mean, I know why I went back. Alright, there we go. Long distance frying might be the best here. It's like all I want to do is check out the top of that body pile. And I guess I don't... I was gonna say I don't see anything, but I thought actually I saw something fall down from the cliff up above there. You'd think there'd be a treasure on the topmost body. But we are limited in time, so we should keep venturing north. Okay, that's a crab. Okay, so in theory, this is a dead end over here. It's like, thankfully we can work with the map yet again. So dark. Alright, not seeing anything off the cliff side. Look at it again. I wish it wasn't so dark, so I could properly see. Definitely feels like the DLC is a bit darker than the actual base game. Ooh. The Rivermouth Cave. Now, that said, we're not technically at the... Well, I was going to say not the river mouth, but... Ooh, actually. It looks like we might be. If I go over here, look like on the map that it was actually a... Well, I was going to say a drop-down, but that's actually a higher drop-down than I thought it would be. Alright, Barada fruit. Ooh. A waterfall cave. Like, time to find out how durable these things are. Not much. My throwing knives are not doing the best they could be doing here. Actually, yeah, let's try. Okay, good. Need mana. Alright. Last of you weird little dudes. Alright. Hello, tiny turtle. two-headed turtle talisman. Greatly raises stamina recovery speed. Which, honestly, that could be... Oh yeah, we didn't swap out this magic negation thing that we had from way back when. But yeah, gonna give this one a shot here. Stamina recovery speed is always good. You know, let's just get this over with, Mr. Crab. Ouch. Yeah. There we go. Alright, more crab eggs, and the ability to explore here unmolested. Okay. I actually thought there was a bit more of a hook there, but turns out that's not the case. But hey, daybreak is finally breaking. We can actually take a look around here for a bit. I mean, I say for a bit. We do need to be wrapping things up here. But okay, yeah, so this seems to be the... As Dungeon said, the cave... Or not the cave, the river mouth. Alright. Not seeing much else here. Though I could have sworn I did see more of a hook, but... Yeah, maybe it was just nighttime playing tricks on the eyes. And yeah, so we can't get in through that way, but we do have basically this dungeon now unlocked. So we are going to head over here. Oh. This even gets a little symbol for it for the Grand Altar of Dragon Communion. We're just going to ride south to get that obelisk, and then we're going to go back to the Rivermouth Cave and call it there. Glancing at the number of ruins that we have. Do we upgrade anything? Is there any adjustments we want to make? Also, what I should have done. There we go. I'm both simultaneously liking the two swords, and also kind of like, I mean, they're versatile. They're pretty nice. I mean, part of me wonders about this, like, kind of putting away the Flame Frenzy Spear for a bit and kind of giving the other weapons a shot. I still like my throwing daggers for bosses, but for enemies, though, it's hard to kind of make it work. Map Southern Shore. Okay. Oh. This kind of terminates a lot earlier than I thought it would. Oh wow, okay, so it actually includes the volcano as part of it. And whatever this giant area is. Oh. Oh, it seems to connect over around there, too. And okay, so that's the earlier area that we kind of like started exploring. Yeah, there's like a lot of little bits and bobs here. You know, just because it terminates so quickly. Let's just ride down to the end of the road here. Okay, feels like we're being welcomed. Or maybe not, given I see a giant over there. Who's preparing to throw a pot. Nice. Oh, come on. Okay. Alright, stamina back. There we go. Any sort of sweet pop magic. Nope, have the crack pot. I'll take it. Now what is this? It's like a giant ship or a boat. But it'll be a boat made out of stone, which makes not that much sense. Grave Glover 8. Okay, so that's that thing. So yeah, there's like a weird cave thing just right up here. I'm assuming those are regular slimes and not like mercury slimes. Ooh. Oh, no, never mind. I thought I saw basically a person over there, but it's a gravestone. But when it's a place like this, the two most obvious places to look are the very top and the very bottom. So the highest point is St. Trina's Discipline Cookbook 2. A record of crafting techniques left by a discipline who pursues the teachings of the Saint of Sleep, yet what seemed a gentle sleep at first ripened into velvet. Eternal Sleep Grease and Drawsting Eternal Sleep Grease. Okay, yeah, St. Trista, that's basically what I was mentioning earlier, how we never really saw like a conclusion in the main game to like who they are, what they are, you know, they never showed up as a boss, don't know they're a demigod, don't know they're like the son of a demigod or daughter of a demigod. Okay, a lot of slime. Plenty of these deep purple lilies. Yeah, there we go. Yes, there is a path inside. Of course. Slime on the walls. Like, definitely can't stop too much here. Alright, Shadow Realm Ruin. Ooh, 1. Ooh. I recognize that type of door. That type of door has thwarted at me many a time in the past. It's a sealed door, but this time there should be no Morgoth the Grace given to be constantly blocking me. That said, Spot of Grace down there, so... Alright, Deep Purple Lily times 3. Alright, Lost Grace discovered. The Fissure. How ominous. Sealed and obscured by Maquella. Well now. Of all the possible people, I didn't expect Maquella basically to be sealing this out. Given, historically, we undo these seals by killing the person. And well, you know, Maquella being the boss is kind of on the potential, like, radar for things that might happen. I don't know, like, there's so many friendly people who dig Maquella. I don't want to take them out. They're such a fun organization. Man, there's like this one way over there, which assumedly connects. Oh, actually, we might as well grab both of these obelisks, but then we'll teleport to the river mouth cave and call it here. Okay, everyone looks to be the same as before, right?
We are all utterly captivated by kindly Miquella. It is what binds us together.
Miquella. Allah. I need to remember it for how many times I've been like Maquella. Miquella. I don't know what would be a Mick.
Go to the misshapen tree of Umbra, in that forsaken place. Blood must spill.
Okay, so that's what we knew from before. Alright, I think I see the obelisk just a little with my vision here. So let's go ahead and tap that and grab another map. I'm going to assume that that's just a mounted knight and not anything special. For at least not for right now. Later on, we will take them out and see if they drop anything unique. The Scadu Atlas. Alright, new map has been found. Alright, Rivermouth Cave. I'm surprised in all our adventures down south, we didn't find a single cross. Alright, double checking our things here. Yeah, because we didn't look at the description here. Map of the southern shore of the grave site plain. A captivating vista of brilliant blue flowers intermingled with colossal stone coffins of unknown origin that seemingly drifted to this place. To the east, the jagged peak thrusts upward into the clouds. And then, Skadu Atlas, map of Skadu Atlas, or Althus, the plateau occupied by Mizmar's army that peers towards the Skadu tree into the northeast, named after its counterpart in the realm of the Erd Tree. At its center lies the Shadow Keep. Which, now think about it, we actually didn't take that much of a look here. Huh. They said the Skadu tree's at the northeast, but I'm not seeing... I mean, I'm not figuring that that's a Skadu tree, given that that is a bit of a mirror to this right here. That kind of makes me wonder about, like, continuing to try and find a path here to get maybe further down. It seems like there's probably something here, and obviously this connects over to, like, the roots, which... yeah, there's a little bit of a building right there. And yeah, we should go from the Grand Altar, and then make our way basically through the rest of the red flowers here, since we didn't really check out that area. Yeah, looks like there are some steps that go down. Oh, and an island. Okay, so that means we should also keep an eye out for a cave, because that's how it was with that one island in the main game. Trying to see if anything else is very suspicious around here, but not seeing it. But obviously lots of bits of, like, society here. Oh, we've got the Fort of Reprimand actually revealing itself here. So that means if we want to get this obelisk here... I have no idea. Like, I mean, it's possible that the volcano maybe has an exit down there, but... I mean, I guess the main other way would be to, like, to head towards this, which I assume is the Shadow Keep. Go this way, drop down, and then, like, take this road all the way through there. Then maybe, like, that's like fallen tree that connects over. But yeah, alright. Plenty of stuff up ahead. And, yeah. I know I'm kind of debating on basically doing some, recordings for the weekend as well. I'm quite enjoying the DLC, but... I mean, I had high expectations going in, and, so far they're being met. Like... having a good time. which is hardly shocking because I've always liked the DLC. But the thing is, I can't really place my finger on what I like most about the DLC, because it seems like pretty much just more of the base game, which maybe it's just the fact it's more of the base game, but I'm more prepared. That could be basically a factor to overall enjoyment. But yeah. So yeah, there might be some bonus recordings for at least 1 or 2 for the weekend. Maybe not, though. Kind of depends on how much time I end up having. But I know I do want to fit in more at some point, as you can tell from how long this one has been yet again. So, alright. Until next time. Later.